Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our morning practice, Saturday morning practice, or evening for those who are in Asia who stay up this late. I'm going to be taking you to a 2-hour journey. Think of this as a slow-moving scenic train with the first stop at about 1 hour, the second stop about an hour and a half. And for those who want to stay, we'll continue until the 2-hour mark. And don't worry about leaving early or leaving on time, whatever suits you. Everything that we do here today would be recorded on our YouTube channel as well as the Facebook channel. So what we're exploring today, as we do every day, every Saturday, is our existence. Existence not just in terms of a body, which we call the physicality or the materiality. In Pali is called rupa. Or the mentality or the spirituality, which in Pali is called nama, upanama. Exploring the bridge between the body and the mind, which we call the chi. The chi comes in different level. At the very basic level, it just means breath. Then it becomes circulation. Then it becomes life energy. So we like to first start with observation on the body, starting with the bottom of a spine. As we walk up the spine, we straighten up the spine. We come up to the shoulder, we open the shoulder, and we relax the shoulder. Then comes our neck, then comes our forehead. We lean back the forehead as if we're putting the weight, 25% of our body weight, onto our shoulder. We tuck in a chin so that the top of the head, an energy point called the 100 meat, is now pointing the sky, the heaven. So as a being, we are sandwiched between the earth and the heaven. Now we come to our breath, the entry level for a chi. Just observe our breath. Know that we're breathing in. Know that we're breathing out. Try to slow down our breathing. As we slow down the breathing, we slow down our mind. Aware of our mind, aware of our focus. Focus on our hands. As we bring up the hands, we bring up the mind with it. Bring all the way up. Focus on the wrist. We're going to be doing some warm-up exercise, some joint exercise. Focus on the wrist. Observe any change in your body, any heat, any sweat, any pain, any numbness. Go the other way, very slow, very slow. Just let yourself relax. Relax and focus at the same time. Relax, but focus only on your wrist. Observe the change. Now put your hands down. Once again, calibrate our body, straighten up our spine, open our shoulder, lean back our forehead, tuck in the chin. Bring the mind to our hands. As we bring up the hands, we bring our mind with us all the way up to the shoulder. Now focus on the elbow. Once again, observe the change in your body, warming up your body and your mind. And now go the other way. Keep observing your elbow. Any heat, any sweat, any numbness, any pain. Now put your hands down. We move from a wrist to an elbow, now to a shoulder. The shoulder is a very important part of our body because there's a lot of very important energy points both in front and in the back, particularly those has to do with the heart and the lung. So open the shoulder. Relax. Focus on the center of a palm. The center of the palm is called the heart. So focus your mind, which is also called the heart, to the center of the palm, heart to heart. Bring up your hands. The heart follows the heart. Bring all the way up. Stretch, hold, calibrate. Come back together, heart and heart. And relax. Always relax before you start the next one, starting from 0. Oh, bring it up, stretch, calibrate as if you're touching the walls on the both sides, very gently, come down. Once again, relax, always creating harmony between your yin and the yang, the sympathetic nerve versus the parasympathetic nerve. Come down, relax. One more time. Stretch, hold, come down, touching the wall. Always, always aware of your body. Now we're going to go the other way. Open first, go up, stretch, come down. Open first, stretch, hold, calibrate your mind, come down, open, stretch, hold, and come down. One more time, open, stretch, hold, and come down. Very often we think of meditation as sitting. Meditation does not mean sitting. Meditation just means, the closest word to meditation is Zen, which comes from the Chinese word Chan, which is the shortening form for Chana, which actually comes from the Sanskrit word called Jhana. It means sentimentation. It's like you have a glass of water, you go hiking, you get your nutrient bottle, you get some water, and then you notice that there's a lot of dirt, but you have to drink it. You don't have anything with you, no iodine, no nothing. So what you do is you just let it sit there, and just let the debris comes down until at the very bottom, and you drink the very top. That's meditation. Just let your mind settle. And you can do that sitting, standing, lying down, walking, as well as exercise. Now today, last week we did the right breathing exercise, and normally we rotate to stretching and lying down. Today I'm actually going to be doing some walking meditation. Okay, well, I'm going to try. All right, come back to the body. Continue to work on the shoulder. Mindful of your body. Straighten up your spine, open your shoulder, lean back your forehead, tuck in your chin. Lean back slightly so that the top, which is called the 100 meat, where all the yang energy comes. The yang just means the sun. Anything that is exposed to the sun is yang. And then at the very bottom of your upper torso, between your reproductive organ and the opening of your bowel, is another energy point called the yin meat. Is where all the yin energy comes together. Yin are the part of your body that's hidden from the sun. And you want to line that up in a straight line, but not only that, as you lean back, it is now parallel to the magnetic field of the earth. Okay, so you want to lean back slightly. Now we're going to bring up a hand, continue to do a shoulder. And this time, I want you to bring it up, and as you rotate it back, rotate as much as you can. Feel the pain in your body. Embrace your pain, observe your pain, and try to examine your mind at the same time. You want to feel the pain, but don't let it metastasize into suffering. Suffering is mental. Pain is physical. Go ahead, embrace the pain, bring it up. Open all the way back, feel the pain, embrace the pain, observe the pain. And all the way back, all the way up, all the way back. Bring your hands down. Now go to the back, all the way to the back, all the way. Feel the pain, embrace the pain. Come down, all the way up. Feel the pain, all the way down, all the way back, up, stretch, and come down. Once again, adjust your posture, and we're going to take a deep breath now. Take a deep breath. When we take a deep breath, we're actually using the diaphragm, and the diaphragm is a connected tissue that connects to every other connected tissue. So it's that one mechanism that actually exercises all your internal organs. And I talk about this many times, it is that one exercise that is common to all spiritual practice, whether it's Tai Chi, yoga, and Qigong, and you name it, it's always this. And the reason for that is very simple if you think about it. I talk about the sympathetic versus the parasympathetic. These are called the autonomous nerve system, which means that they're not under the control of your brain. They're actually under the control of your spiral cord plus your nerve system, just not with your brain. You can't even think it. You can't say excited or not excited. It doesn't work like that, okay? And the sympathetic nerve, the one that actually what we call the fight or flight, I forgot the word right now. It was on my tip of my tongue, but it has to do with a bunch of center nerve, that is very close to the top of your spiral cord before it goes into your brain. Okay, so it's as close to under control of your thinking mind as possible. Whereas the parasympathetic nerve is distributed. All the nerve, all the mechanisms distributed in the organism, in organs. So the only way that you can go into the what we call the rest and digest, go into the parasympathetic, is by exercising the internal organ. And the way to do that is by deep breathing, using the diaphragm. So the easiest way to do deep breathing is blow air through your mouth, open your mouth slightly, blow air through your mouth, empty your stomach. You feel your stomach is collapsing because you're lifting up your diaphragm, pushing onto the lung. Keep blowing very gently and then relax. All the fresh air rushing into your nostril, you feel your stomach is open. And continue to relax. We're going to walk on the shoulder one more time. This is called the double blade. This comes from the Shaolin practice. Imagine that these are the two blades. And this one protects you from the front, and this one protects you from the back. So right now, we're going to learn how to separate a left brain from a right brain. What's between is something called the longitudinal fissure, which actually turned out to be very important to our practice. We'll talk about this in a minute. Take your left hand, hold it in front, keep it stationary, move only the right arm. Take the right arm, make a big circle, and as you go around, reach as far back as you can, open the shoulder, feel the pain, embrace the pain. And now to the left, again, holding your right hand stationary, sit up straight, taking the left hand, make a big circle, swing all the way back as if you're protecting your back. Feel the shoulder, come to your right. Feel the shoulder, come to your left. Feel your shoulder, come to the right. Feel your shoulder, come to your left. One more time. And to let up, relax. Relax. Observe your breathing. Relax your entire body. Observe your mind. Now, I grew up in a little place called Macau, which is south of Hong Kong. Most of you, I'm sure, heard of Hong Kong, but maybe not Macau. Macau is a tiny place. And it's on the south side of Pearl River, so actually all the sand that comes out from the Pearl River flows into Macau. So it's very interesting that if you were to take the ferry between Macau and Hong Kong, you see a dividing line that on one side the water is yellow and the other side the water is blue, right? So all the sand, all the sediments flow into Macau. So the Macau, the beach is very shallow, very, very shallow. And when the tide comes down, all you see is rocks and all kinds of stuff. And then when the tide comes up, you see this pond. You just see this pond. So I grew up with that. And so whenever I relax, I bring myself back to my childhood. I'm looking out to the ocean. I see the water. And I'm observing the wave on the water. And I'm telling myself to calm down. Calm down. As if the wave or the water is dissipating and it's becoming more and more calm. Not only that, I start to see the reflection on the moon, on the water, and that's when I know that I'm calm. So whenever you ask yourself to calm down, just bring yourself to that visual, okay? It could be a beach, could be something, just a body of water, and your mind is like the water. And when you feel pain, physical pain, or even mental pain, when someone says something very hurtful to you, it's like you take this big rock and just throw it into the water, and you create this boom, big wave. Don't follow the rock. Don't follow the rock. The rock is the pain. Keep observing the top of the body of water and just let the pain dissipate. Don't let your mental suffering metastasize. Okay, that's practice. Now, we're going to continue to work on the shoulder. Open the shoulder. We're going to throw what's called the throw arm, throwing the fist. This time we really need to bring the mind and the body together. So focus on the right hand. The mind goes to the right hand comes up. Eye on the hand, mind follows the eye. Make a fist, and as we throw the fist, we follow the fist up. Bring the hand down, bring the mind back. Give it to the left hand, make a fist. Up, follow the fist, come down. Give it to the right arm. Down, down, up, up. Follow the fist. Down, down, up, up, down, down. Sit up straight. Stretch your spine, open the shoulder, two hands. Follow the fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. We went from a wrist to an elbow to a shoulder. Now it's time to go to the neck. Don't think of that as just another group of muscle. The neck is literally the bottleneck of all the yang energy that comes up. So we're going to be working on that part that is actually between the shoulder and between the neck and the spine before we go to the neck. So sit up straight, stretch your spine, open the shoulder, relax. Focus on top of the shoulder. There's 2 energy points here called the well of the shoulder. Focus on that. Bring it up slowly all the way up. Like you're bringing it all the way to the ear. And then now rotate your shoulder all the way back and open the shoulder. Feel the stress between the shoulder, between the neck and the spine. And then relax. Completely relax. Coming back to the body of water. Looking at the top of the body of water. And just calm yourself. Second time. Bring it all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. Open. Feel the stress between your shoulder and your spine. Relax. All the way up. Open. And relax. Completely relax. Now we come back to a posture. We continue to work on the neck, but we now have to come back to a posture. Straighten your spine. Open your shoulder. Relax. Lean back your forehead. Tuck in your chin. Mindful of the 100 meat. Mindful of the yang meat. Now we're going to take the entire body. Rotate forward. And then we're going to rotate back. As we rotate back, mindful of your hip. Keep the hip in place so that you're rotating the hip forward. Rotating the upper torso back. Putting some pressure on the 2 adrenal. Keeping it from excreting stress hormone. Straighten your spine again. Now take your right hand. And pull the head towards the right, but keep your posture. And relax. Do it the other way. Pull it to the left, but keeping your posture. And relax. Mindful of a posture. Bring your head back very gently. Bring your head to the right very gently. Make a circle all the way to the left. Continue clockwise. Feel your neck. Feel your spine. Now go the other way, counterclockwise. All the way around. And come back to a posture. Sit up straight. Take your right hand. Go all the way to the back of the ear. You feel the bone, feel the skull. Now slide down with 4 fingers until you feel the part of your neck where there's no bone. And then just press down with your 4 fingers. Don't rub it, don't squeeze it. Just very gently rubbing on that energy point. And then just tell yourself to relax. Now go the other way. Same thing, starting with the back of your ear, and then the skull coming down until the 4 fingers fits nicely on your side of the neck, and then just very gently rubbing it. Okay, so what we did is we relax these energy points actually, right? It's just that we actually improve the circulation to the joints. The joints had no vessel, so you have to do exercise. The next part is about clearing any blockage of the qi, right? So if you haven't joined our circle, please go to Denny, DennyKmiu.com/circle. And I recently posted an article that talks about how the qi we discovered thousands and thousands years ago, and how it's related to the planets and the 5 elements and so forth. So let's do that. I don't want to elaborate too much here, but except to remind you that essentially the Chinese have identified 12 energy lines, 6 of them from the fingers and 6 of them from the toes. So we're going to be working on the one that is with the toes first, and then work on 2 other primary energy lines, one in the front, one in the back, before we go to the toes, right? So by the time we finish, we'll clear up all the energy lines. Then we're ready to do some walking meditations and Jing, which is, if you want, you can call it Qigong, and then some meditation. Okay, one at a time. And I said it's a 2-hour journey if you have the time. It's a very slow, scenic train, okay, with some convenient stop at 1 hour, an hour and a half. Relax. Focus on your shoulder. We're going to continue to work on our body, but starting with the fingers now, and work our way back. So focus on your hand. Bring your hand up, pointing all 10 fingers towards the camera. Focus particularly on the 4 fingers. Think of them as springs. Wind up the springs. Hold it down with your thumb. Imagine that they're exploding right in front of you. Hold it. Wind up the fingers and just let it explode. Get ready. 1. Feel the pain. Feel the vibration coming back to your shoulder. 2. Wait. Feel the vibration. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. I forgot to tell you to lock the elbow. Okay, next time. Okay, make sure you lock the elbow when you do that. Otherwise, if you do that, the vibration doesn't come back. Okay, and continue. Open your shoulder. Review 2 very, very important energy point here, called the gate to the cloud. All right. So the Chinese divide these internal organs into 3 focus, or 3 parts. The upper part is above the diaphragm, which is mainly the heart and the lung, and they think of the upper part as the fog. It takes all the essence, all the energies from the environment, and then distribute it to your body. And the most important energy point is called the gate to the cloud. Right? You have cloud, you have fog. It's the moisture. That's how the planet get nutrient. Open your gate to the cloud, forming the energy line between the middle finger, the pericardium, and the thumb, which is the lung energy line. Put that on the gate to the cloud. Sit up straight. Focus. Get ready. 1. The back of the hand facing the camera. Feel the vibration coming back to the shoulder. Get ready. Lotus hand. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Sit up straight. We now temporarily clear up the blockage on the 6 energy lines. And now we come back to the 2 primary, the one in the front that I translate as gestation, the one in the back, I translate as governing, or actually I prefer to govern, called tutoring. Tutoring. This is the yin, this is the yang. Yang is the sun, yin is away from the sun. And now we're going to clear up any blockage from the yin by doing deep breathing again. Coming back to our diaphragm, okay? Breathing, taking deep breath. As you move the diaphragm, exercise all the connective tissue, exercise all the internal organs, putting yourself into the parasympathetic nerve. One of the energy line, so we talk about 6 energy line, the lung, the pericardium, and the heart. So together is the Western concept of the heart, but we separate them into the physical part and the emotional part. These are the yin. The yangs are the small intestines, the large intestines, as well as the what's called the triple warmer or triple focus. This one is a yang energy line, so it runs on the top of the hand. So we're going to take a deep breath, but as we come down, we're going to stretch this hand. Okay, so you would as you come down, you hold your palm and then you stretch this part. Okay, because the two are connected. The diaphragm is the connective tissue. The connective tissue is all the internal organ. All the internal organs has one energy line together. It's like the chief of staff. Okay, and it goes in here. Now get ready. Open your shoulder. Relax. Lock your fingers. Put that right below your belly button. Right below your belly button, about an inch down, inch and a half down from your belly button. Now we call this the Dan Tan. Dan means fire, Tan means the feel. It's actually the second brain. So this is the upper dantian, this is the lower dantian, and this is the middle dantian. So as we take this deep breath, I want you to think about the lower, the middle, and the upper. Okay? Now this deep breath means that we have to do it very slow, very steady. Okay? Sit up straight. Focus on your nostril. Take a deep breath, very slow, very steady, from beginning to end. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, unlock your fingers, holding the stress on your wrist. Imagine you have 2 big rocks on the side, and as you come down, you climb the mountain, stretching the upper part of your arm. And then relax, sit up straight, locking your fingers again, put it in the lower dantian, and then bring up to the middle and the upper dantian. Now get ready, breathe in, breathe out, unlock your fingers, climb the mountain, get ready again, one last time, breathe in, breathe out, climb the mountain. This is for the front. Now we do the back. Sit up straight. This back is a spiral cord. It's the only energy line, the governing energy line is the only energy line that corresponds exactly to a physical part. It's a physical part, which is the spiral cord. Okay? So sit properly, stretch your spine, open your shoulder, put our entire focus on your spiral cord from the very bottom to the very top. Again, bring up your hand and then stretch the spiral cord. Stretch. And then now lean back, keep it stretch. Bring it to the middle, keep it stretch. Bring it to the left, stretch. And now bring it all the way to the right. Stretch, keep it stretch. And then now to the middle. And then all the way to the left, stretch. And then all the way to the right. Stretch. And relax. You hear me talk about the body, the chi, and the mind, right? So that's a translation. The original word from the Taoist actually means essence, chi, and consciousness, right? And if you want to translate it into modern science, that would be particle wave and quantum information. So when they talk about the body, they're talking about the essence of your body. the essence of your body. One of the most important organ that contains essence is the kidney. The kidney contains the essence, which is the raw material for marrow. So the kidney has the essence. The essence is passed on to the spinal cord. The spinal cord is where you develop the marrow. They think of the brain, all the brain matter, as a extension of the marrow. The marrow is very important, of course, right? Because from the marrow you have both red blood cell and white blood cell. As you age, your bones get oxidized, right? That's why the bones become yellow. If you ever seen dead people, their skeleton, they become yellow. They're yellow because they oxidize. So as we age, the bones get oxidized. The total volume of marrow decreases. That's why age shows. You're never going to be as strong as the young guy because you don't have as much red blood cells. You're never going to be as healthy as a young guy because you don't have as much white blood cell. And so by stretching the spine is reversing the aging, because the spine, all our body parts are piezoelectric. It generates electricity, and the electricity is what's reversing the oxidation process. So stretching is very important. Stretching of the spine is very important. You don't believe me? If you have pets, whether it's a dog or a cat or even a squirrel or whatever you grow, the first thing they do after they wake up is stretch. Stretching the spine is just that important. So we're going to continue. Open the shoulder, bring up our right hand all the way back, reaching the back of your left shoulder. Now we're going to lean back the forehead so that we are putting pressure on the right shoulder. And then now we're going to grab the right elbow, stretch your spine all the way to the left, all the way. Keep stretching, and then come back, change hands. Again, touching the back of your right shoulder, lean back your forehead, putting pressure on your left shoulder. Grab the left elbow, stretch, keep stretching, and relax. Relax. Now the next two exercise looks very simple, but it's actually very, very good for your heart. Okay, it's a very good cardio exercise, but it doesn't look like anything that you see when people talk about cardio. We're going to sit up straight. Again, back to our posture. Open the shoulders, straighten up our spine, lean back our forehead, tuck in the chin, putting pressure on the adrenal, right? Rotating the hip forward, lean back the upper torso. Now we're going to take our palms, we're going to put them together, fingers to fingers, but we put that right below our spine, pointing down. Now come back to our posture. It's very important that you keep this posture, because it's very important that you are in between the heaven and earth. And now rotate your fingers so that the fingers are pointing up. Now very gently bring up your hand. Okay, now enough, okay? Now come back to the posture. Come back to the posture, okay? Make sure that your top of the head is pointing to heaven. And now open that shoulder. Open that shoulder all the way. You feel the stress in front, which has to do with your lung energy line, and the pressure in the back of your shoulder, which actually has to do with another very important energy line called the bladder energy line. But that part actually protects your lung. So open that shoulder, keep opening. You feel the stress on your fingers, your wrists, and your shoulder. And now relax. Come back to that big body of water that I talked about. Observe the top of the water and just observe the way. Your heart is actually pounding. Your heart is pounding. Just let it settle. Always come back to the yin. Don't let the stress accumulate, okay? Just relax. Now we're going to continue. This one also works on the heart, but it actually works on all three, okay? It's the pericardium, which is the mechanical part of the heart, and then the heart, which is the emotional part of the heart, and then as well as the lung. So take your left hand, sit up straight. There's an energy point here that we'll come to in a minute called the palace of labor. This is a very important energy point. So have that face to heaven. Take the right hand, cover that with your fingers. Bring your hands down gently. Now focus on your elbow and push the elbow on your left elbow. Keep pushing as if you're going to break that elbow. Eyes looking at the camera. Now push the arm with your elbow. Don't let it come loose. Keep pushing. Push, 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 push. Keep pushing. Very slow. Bring it all the way up to the eyebrows so the elbow is above the heart. Keep pushing and stay there. Keep pushing. And relax. Now come to the right. Bring it down. Keep pushing. And now push the whole arm. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Don't let it go. Bring it up. Keep pushing like you're breaking it. And stay here. Hold it. And relax. Once again, come back. Observe our heart. Observe our mind. Focus on the top of the big body of water. Your favorite beach, favorite pond. And just settle down. Okay, now we move to the third part. We start with the joint exercise. We start with some stretching of the energy line. So now we go into the third part, which is energizing these critical energy points. So there's important energy points on top. We call that the well of the shoulder. We talk about the gate to the cloud. We're going to take our right hand. It's very important that you form an empty hand because you don't want to hit it mechanically. You want to hit it acoustically. So you want to have an air pocket in here, okay? Now you put that on your shoulder. Fingers on the shoulder, palm of the hand pressing on the collarbone. Sit up straight, turn your head slightly to the right. Listen with your left ear. Now I'm going to say wake up. That's when you tell your ears to wake up. And then you just keep listening, okay? Using your ear, using your 5 sensors. All your sensors, your ear, your eye, your nose, your tongue, and your body, okay? Focus, commit yourself to the next 10 seconds, okay? Sit up straight, get ready, focus, wake up, very gently. Now to the right, open your shoulder, right hand, empty hand, put that on your right shoulder, listen with the right ear. Get ready, wake up, and continue. Okay, now relax. The next energy point is at the armpit. This is actually the energy line they call the heart. It's the emotional part of the heart. The middle finger is the mechanical part of the heart. So this is all about your emotion, okay? All about your emotion. So relax. Raise your left hand all the way up. Take the elbow, put it on top of your head. Slightly tuck the top part of your ear. Bring out your right hand, empty hand. Listen with your left ear. Wake up and continue. The other side. Get ready, go. Continue. Okay, now we're going to do the one last thing. Come back to our friend, the elbow, which has 3 energy points in one place, protecting heart, pericardium, and the lung. It's all the energy that has to do with the upper echelon, upper part, above the diaphragm, the heart, and the lung. Okay, very important one. Open your shoulders, sit up straight, relax. Bring out your left hand, palms at the eye level. Lock your elbow. Bring out your right hand, empty hand. Put the fingers on top and the center of the palm on the side. Listen with your left ear. Now, two things you have to do. Lock your elbow, maintain empty hand. Okay? Two things, huh? Very important. Get ready? Focus. Wake up. Continue. I'll do this other side. Lock your elbow. Left hand. Empty hand. Listen with your right ear. Wake up. And continue. Okay. Now, in this paper, this article, which I follow with the YouTube, where I talk about the organs, right, the 12 organs, and also something called the 5 material, right, the metal, the wood, the fire, the water, and the earth, and how this concept permeates all Chinese philosophy, coming from as medicine to Qigong to Feng Shui to all kinds of things. It's the one thing that it has in common. So out of that, so basically the one thing you get from that is that no one organ is more important than the other. It's not about organs, it's about how they work together. Okay? However, looking at modern people, right? I tend to put the focus on the kidney. I put the focus on the kidney because the thing that shocks me, and I immediately did a presentation with Josh, is when I discovered, this is before we have vaccines. It's looking back now, it's almost 9 months ago, where we had just passed, I forgot whether we had just passed 500,000 or 600,000 casualties from the COVID. And the statistics was released that 85-90% of those who die suffer from hypertension, high blood pressure. But they're highly medicated. Most of them are elderly, so they get free medical care. But yet, that's one thing they have in common. So that really shocked me, because it says that the Western medicines treats only the symptom and not the disease. High blood pressure is a symptom. High blood pressure is not the disease. And when you artificially silence the only material weakness that you have, that's a crime. And so I think about this, and I first focus on my parents, then I focus on my friends. High blood pressure has two reasons. One is stress, where modern people are 24/7 under this, what's called the fight or flight. This got to be changed. The second one is that we have very bad circulation. Very bad circulation. So circulation comes from the heart and the lung. It turns out that the heart and the lung also has something in common to the kidney. So my practice is really focused on the kidney, both in terms of reducing stress and enhancing circulation. The kidney is a yin energy line. The corresponding yang energy line is the bladder. The bladder is the longest energy lines in the body, starting from the little toe to the heel, to the back of the body, all the way up. And when it comes up to the upper torso, it actually splits into 4. And then eventually it comes back to the top of the head. And it ends in the eyebrow, believe it or not. So I want to work on the bladder energy line, mindful that you're actually working on the kidney. And mindful that you're actually working on the heart and the lung as a way of protecting your kidney. Open your shoulder. Straighten up your spine. Take your right hand, use the center of your palm, reach as far back as you can. There's a bunch of energy line there that protects the lung. take your left hand, use the back of the hand, goes around to where you think the kidneys are. Sit up straight. Think of yourself as the vertical windmill. Get ready. Okay. All right, so we're done with the upper, the fingers. Now we're going to go to the toe. The toe comes up and to the legs, okay? So we're going to go work on the legs. Now the legs have both the yang side and the yin side, right? Yang means exposed to the sun. Yin means away from the sun. And the outside corresponds to the energy line that we name after the gallbladder. The gallbladder is the yang energy line. The gallbladder protects the liver. Then the liver is what's above the knee, and what's below the knee is the spleen and the pancreas. The Chinese actually doesn't separate the two. And then this is a yin energy line. Okay, now it turns out that if you think about the way the Chinese medicine works, is that you think of it as a pentagon. Pentagon has 5 of the critical organs that we call the treasure organs, which are the one that contains all the essence: the lung, the heart, the kidney, the liver, and the spleen / pancreas. Okay, and so think of that as a pentagon, and from the pentagon you can form triangles. So if the focus is on the kidney can form 2 triangles. One triangle is with the heart and the lung, and the other triangle is with the liver and the spleen. So again, by working on the liver and the spleen, and then also the gallbladder, which protects the liver, and the stomach that protects the spleen, we're actually once again working on the kidney. Okay, and the reason I picked the kidney as a focus is, number 1, increase our circulation. Number 2, reduce our stress. Okay, now we're going to open up, focus on the upper part, divide it into 3 points, start in the middle, focus, let's go. Okay, now move towards your hip. Get ready, go. Now move towards your knee, but before the knee, okay? Get ready, go. Okay, now close your knee. Now, this is the liver. Again, the liver and the spleen forms a triangle with the kidney. The focus is on the kidney. Outside is the gallbladder. The gallbladder protects the liver, okay? So on the gallbladder actually starts from the top of the head, goes to the shoulder, and then travels all the way down from the side of the leg. So 3 points in the middle, inside, 2 points on the outside. Get ready, go. Now move towards the knee. Get ready, go. Okay, now the knee. Now the knee is like a hill, okay? The big piece of rock. So you're now at the top of the rock, looking at the side of the lake, the yang side facing the sun. I want you to move down from the top of the hill, feel the bone until you no longer feel the bone. That's the bottom of the hill. So this energy point is very important. It's called the yang hill spring, okay? It's actually very important for your immune system. So on the side, at the bottom of the heel. Now, stay here, okay? This is the side of the leg, the yang. There's another energy line in the front, which has to do with the stomach. The stomach protects the splint, okay? Now, we're gonna move down slightly, move towards the front. You feel the bone in the front, move on the side so you don't feel the bone anymore. This is a very important energy line, again, point, very important to your immune system. These 2 points are very important. Get ready, go. This is the stomach. Now come back to the gallbladder on the side. Go straight down to the middle. Get ready, go. Okay, now continue to work on the side. Go all the way down to the angle. Measure 4 fingers up on the side. Okay, now we work on the inside, starting with the knee. Okay, now, again, we're at the top of the small hill, right? The bone, the knee. Go down. Keep feeling the bone until you get to a point where there's no more bone. Now you're at the bottom of the hill, okay? Bottom of the hill is a spring. This is the spring at the bottom of the hill. On the yin side, so this has to do with the splint and the pancreas. Now we go from the inside out, okay? You ready? Okay, now we go to the middle on the side, okay? On the side. Get ready, go. Now the same point in the middle. Now we go to the back of the calf, okay? So the side is the yin line, is away from the sun. The other side is the yang line, is facing the sun. The back is also facing the sun. This is the bladder line. This bladder line protects the kidney. There's a very important energy point here in the back of your calf. So I would do it like this. I would hold it with one hand, and then I would hit it from the back. Okay, and then now we do it the other side. Hold it with one hand, and then the calf, back of the calf, okay? This is the very important energy line. It protects, it is the bladder, but it protects the kidney. Okay, so we're done with all the pounding and hitting, and so now we're gonna do some massage, okay? Treat our body nicely, okay? We're gonna do some massage. We're gonna work on the top of the feet. You see there are 5 toes. Each one corresponds to one energy line. There's 6. There's another one in the back, in the bottom of the feet. And then we're gonna work on in between the toe. Use the edge of your thumb. Focus on one at a time, starting with the big toe. That's the splint / pancreas. Then we move over. We We get to all the way to the little one, that's the bladder. Remember now, we're working on the kidney. Huh? This is what I picked for you. Okay? You know how you go to a sushi shop and you pick the omakase menu? Let the chef do it for you. So the chef just pick it for you, okay? Because there's too much to choose from. There are 365 energy points. We can't do them all. So I just picked the one that I believe is the most important for modern living people. Okay, now we're going to massage the toe. So Michelle, doesn't matter if it itch or itch, okay? Just accept it. Just accept it. And it will usually go away, because right now you do something that you haven't done before, which is that you're exploring different dimensions of existence, going beyond your body to the chi, to the mind. Okay, this is a new journey. Okay, just focus on the journey. Don't let the seagull bother you. Okay, massage. All the way to the toe, all the way back. And massage the toe, okay? So anytime that your toes are cold, like at night, they're cold, that's a problem. It means that your circulation is bad, okay? So work on them, okay? All right, so now we're gonna do some upper pressure, and starting with the bottom of your feet, which is the gushing spring. This is the beginning of the kidney, okay? Now we come to the mother of our energy point, the kidney. Okay, now cover up your toes, remaining 1/3 down. And now massage that with the two thumbs. It's very deep. Now the kidney is the second heart, okay? It is just that important. Okay, now form a knuckle with either your index or your middle finger and dig into it. Okay, now put your fingers on the gushing spring. You see the arch? Come up to the arch. Just come up laterally to the arch. This is the important energy point for the splint/pancreas. Remember now, the kidney and the liver and the splint forms a triangle. Okay, so the splint actually regulates the kidney. So this is, even though it's an energy point for the splint, it's actually very important for the kidney. But now we come back to the kidney. Okay, so along the arch, until you hit the heel, come back about 1 thumb. Okay, this is an energy point for, so this one is called gushing spring. So lots of water coming up from the earth, right? Spring water. This one is interesting. It's the valley where you warm up the water. So you can imagine that this one actually takes the energy and start to dissipate it to the rest of your body, the rest of your organ. Right? The Chinese have a sense of humor. Okay, now come back to the ankle, go straight down. Okay, another in a point for the kidney. Work on the kidney, man. Work on the kidney. Interesting, the Chinese, they don't separate the kidney from the lower back. When you say one thing, they know you're talking about the other. You know why? Because the kidney never complains. The kidney never complains. It's when your lower back hurts, that's when you know that your kidney has some problem. Huh? Your kidney doesn't complain. The kidney is one of the most faithful servant. Okay, back to the heel angle. 4 fingers up. Now touching the bone, 1 finger down. Okay. This is called the 3 yin meet, all 3 of the yin energy line comes together. So when we work on the splint is here. When we work on the liver is here. When we work on the kidney is also here. It's like the elbow. Okay. Okay. Now the other side. Quickly work on the bottom of your feet. Gushing spring. Remember that one. Okay. Gushing spring. Okay, now gushing spring, hold on to that, come up to the arch, splint or pancreas. Okay, now come down before you hit the heel, back to the kidney again, the valley where you boil the water, right? Okay, come back to the angle, come down, and then work on that. One last point. Angle, 4 fingers up, from the bone, 1 inch down. Okay, now it's 1 hour, okay? So if you need to take a break, or that's all the time you have, or if you're living in Australia, it's probably time for you to go to bed. You get too much energy, you won't be able to sleep, okay? All right, so just follow with watching the YouTube or so if you don't know where the YouTube channels are, it's Denny, DennyKmiu.new/YouTube, okay? /YouTube/Facebook/circle, it's all there, okay? Now, we're done with what's called the earth. The gushing spring is important because think about it. If you're healthy, the gushing spring is always touching the earth. When you're not healthy, when you're lying in the hospital bed or when you're bound to a chair, then your gushing spring is no longer touching the earth. And that's when you have to work on it manually, okay? So if you have any loved one at home who unfortunately are not touching the earth like they're supposed to do, you need to learn this first, have your own interpretation, and then help others, right? Okay, now from the earth, we go to the heaven. In between is the being, human being, interbeing. The most important part is equivalent to the gushing spring, is called the palace of labor. Okay, now this is the only energy point that gives out energy. That's why when you touch someone, they feel something. They feel something. Okay, it's very important. All right, going to work on that palace of labor. It's part of the pericardium. So you take the middle finger, you fold it where it touches, but you're now on top of the bone. The energy point is not on the bone. The energy point is in between the bone. So you move over to the ring finger and you press in with your thumb. Remember now, the pericardium and the heart together is the Western concept of the heart. The heart and the lung together supports the kidney, huh? Okay? That's the other triangle, 2 triangles, right? The kidney, the heart, the lung, 1 triangle. The kidney, the splint, and the liver, another triangle, huh? Very important. Okay, now, while you're at it, move over 1 finger. So now you're between the ring finger and the pinky. Same place, that's the heart. That's the heart. That's the emotional part of the heart. That's your anxiety. That's your anger. That's your fear, right? All of that. So in the future, I talk about how the Chinese think about that. They think about in terms of seven emotions. Okay, now the other side. Same thing, work on the middle, touch the middle, move over, so you're in between the bone, use the edge of your thumb, press in. Now move over, work on the heart. Together, you got it, right? The heart and the pericardium is the heart, is the Western heart. Okay, now this is the lung, right? This is the lung. The lung is yin. The corresponding yang is the large intestine. The large intestine energy line starts here. Okay, so if you take so you have to use the yang to protect the yin. If you protect the lung, then you also protect the kidney. Huh? It's very complicated, but it's just amazing how much knowledge there is. 5,000 years old. What do you want? Okay, so you take those 2 fingers, you find the valley, you move into the valley. And then just before you hit the edge, you press towards the thumb, okay? This is the energy line called the merging valley. Very important one, very, very important. If you ever go to acupuncturist, you know about all these points. Okay, now the other side comes in. Okay, one last energy point. This has it back to the lung now. Take your hand as if you're shaking hand with yourself. Take the index finger, reach over. Where you touches along the thumb is the energy line. It's an important energy line for the lung. Work on that. Okay, now same thing on the other side, okay? Same thing on the other side. Work on that. This is your lung, okay? Now we're done. We're done with the being, the middle part. What gets sandwiched between the heaven and earth. The most insignificant and irrelevant part of the universe is you, me. We're nothing, right? In the universe, in the context of the universe. Which means if you turn the problem around, is that the universe has tremendous effect on you. If you know how to be part, how to live harmoniously with your heaven and earth. That's health. That's ultimate health. All right, so now I'm sitting on the edge of my chair, like most of you. This is now the time to take your feet and press it onto the floor. So the gushing spring is connected to the earth. Energy come up through your body. Now I'm going to sit with opening the shoulders, straighten up the spine, tuck in the chin, mindful of the top of the head, the bottom of the upper torso, line that straight line, lean back slightly. And now we're going to take our 10 fingers, put that on top of our head, fingers down. Don't do this, okay? Do this. Now, you don't need to use a lot of force. Just focus. Get ready. 50 times. So once again, reminder, how do you live harmoniously with the earth and earth, right? Forget about all the damage you do to the planet Earth, all the damage that we do collectively. Forget about that. It's a very sad story. We don't want to talk about it. Let's just talk about what we can do. What you can do is sit properly, stand properly. When you sit, straighten up your spine, open your shoulder, relax. Taking the weight away from your muscle. Let your weight of your body rest on the skeleton. Lean back the forehead, tuck in your chin. That's all you have to do. Now you're part of heaven and earth. That's it, right? This is what we call the one pillar supporting the sky. You are the center of the universe, because the universe is boundless. Right? Any point can be the center. So if this is where you focus, this is the center. Now you're living harmoniously. This is when you sit. So how do you stand harmoniously with the universe? So we're going to move from the sitting position to a standing position. And when we're done, we're going to do some walking meditation today. Okay? So, and a couple of weeks ago, we did some lying down. So we sit like the bell. We stand like the pine tree. Later on, when we walk like the wind. When we lie down like the bow. So how do you sit? How do you stand like the pine tree? You take your feet at the width of your shoulder. You press down your feet as if you're growing roots. Then the rest of the tree has to be relaxed. Okay, relax the rest of the tree. Relax the rest of the tree. Okay, so which means that you're this Insight timer has a very narrow field of view, so I got to keep tweaking it. Okay, so all right, this is as good as I can do. All right, now stand like the pine tree. Press down. Relax the knee. Relax the shoulder. The bottom of your feet has this energy point called the gushing spring. Now imagine you're taking the energy from the earth. The energy is rushing up like the spring water. Now you come back to the shoulder. Open your shoulder. Relax your shoulder. The top of the shoulder is called a well on the shoulder. You got to catch that spring with your well. Okay, you dig a hole in the ground. You want to make sure that there's well water underneath. So catch that spring. So now the gushing spring and the shoulder well becomes a straight line. Now the sitting posture is the basis. So when you walk, the sitting posture is embedded in the walking. When you stand, the sitting posture is embedded into the standing. So how do you do that? You lean back your shoulder, lean back your forehead, tuck in your chin, mindful of the top of the head, mindful of the bottom upper torso, line that up. So you line up your gushing spring, Line up with the shoulder, line up the top of the head, line up. Does this look familiar to you? This is how we stand when we're attendant to a monk. This is how we stand. They all stand like this, right? That's the trick. Line up all these energy points. Now, as you do that, the energies are rushing up, coming up. All 6 energy lines are coming up. 5 of them is at the core area. This is the bottleneck. So we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna massage that. Now, don't use any brute force, okay? Because you don't know if all your organs are actually in good shape. Mine isn't. So I want to take care of them. Okay, so don't use any brute force, just massage. And now form a fist, but very soft. Put that on top. And focus, get ready, go. Very gently. Okay, now I talk about 5 of the 6 come up here. What happened to the last one? The last one is the gallbladder. The gallbladder has a mind of its own. It's coming in from the back, especially behind the knee. Behind the knee is a very important energy point. So if you go to acupuncturist and you complain that you don't have any strength, somehow, and my dad would go to acupuncturist and say, "Doctor, my walking is not good." So they would put a needle in here. And so after it's done, you ask them, "Well, what is that?" He says, "Well, that's gallbladder." So, well, what's that gallbladder has to do with the walking? He says, well, walking is because your chi is bad. Your circulation is not good. So we want to fix the kidney. The best way to fix the kidney is to fix the bladder. Okay. Back to your standing position. Loosening up your knee. Put the 4 fingers behind, the thumb on the side. Very gently. Get ready. Go. Okay, now the next exercise is very good for clearing all the blockage of all the 6 energy lines from the toe. Okay, very, very good for that. Now, one of the things that is also good for is that it's very good for your lower back. And you may say, well, how does it help my lower back? Remember what I said? The Chinese, they don't separate the lower back from the kidney. When you have a lower back problem, it's because your kidney is weak. And these toes work on the kidney because the center of your feet is the energy point for the kidney. The rest of them protects the kidney. Okay? So stand like the pine tree. Bottom of the feet pressing down, absorbing all the energy. Open up your shoulder, catching it with your shoulder. Now focus on the top of your head. This is a meditation, so focus on the top of your head. Take your 10 toes, grab the carpet or yoga mat with your 10 toes. Focus on the top of your head. Stand on your toe. Stand as long as you can until I tell you not to. Now as you come down, impact the heel. And then now focus on that huge body of water. Observing the top of the pond, the top of the beach. Watch the wave. Let it settle. Okay, the heel is the bladder. The bladder supports the kidney. It's all about the kidney here. Again, stand, focusing on the top of the head. Stand until I tell you not to, okay? Now come down, impact the heel. And focus on your mind, focus on your breath. Let it settle. Let it settle. One more time. And come down. And relax. Completely relax. One last time. Focus on top of your head. And come down. Relax. Completely relax. Relax some more. Focusing on the palm of your hand. Mind and hand together. Okay, so don't swing like a madman, okay? Just the mind and the body together. And now we're going to kick the feet 3 times, starting with the right. Stand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is like the finger or the exploding fingers. Right? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so we're going to try something new today. We're going to try walking meditation. Walking meditation. Right? Never taught it in English before. And so now, walking meditation, the way we taught here, the way that was taught by a master, is not a walk in the park. This is not relaxation. This is actually very, 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 very serious. And this is all about relaxing your thinking mind, focusing on sensation, okay, your body, focusing on how your sensors, your eye, your nose, your mouth, your ear, and your body interacts with the physical world, right? The smell, the taste, the sound, and the touch, and how all these nerve ending is come together in a spiral cord before it goes up to the brain. So what we want to do is we want to focus on the spiral cord, focus on the sensation without the feeling. No thinking, okay? No thinking. Now, have you ever seen a documentary on how they train Olympic athletes or how they train sharpshooters? It's all about no thinking. The samurais is all about no thinking. Let your body sense. So how do we do that? We're going to do walking meditation. I better stand on this side so I can talk to the mic. We're going to do standing meditation. First thing what we're going to do is relax, stand properly. And it's all about balance. It's all about knowing the heavy from the light. Okay? Now we're going to lean towards the left side. As we bring up the right leg, we're going to balance on the left side. The way you balance is focusing on the top of the head, nowhere else. Now, as we bring down the feet, I want you to think about walking on thin ice. Okay? Walking on thin ice. Like, you just like bring your feet down, focus on the skin, and let the skin touch the floor. Feel the floor. No thinking, just feel the floor. So this is walking on thin ice. Right? You don't dare to break the ice, just walking. Now, settle down. Now we come to the second part. We're going to rotate, bring the weight of the body onto the right. And now I want you to think about walking on a wire. It's as if you're on top of the Empire State Building and you're balancing yourself on the wire. And then now come down with the left feet again, walking on thin ice. Don't take large step, okay? Like just the toe is in front of the heel in front of the toe. That's enough. And don't try to bring your feet down and boom like this. It's like you just swing it. Walking on thin ice. Balancing on the tightrope. Walking on thin ice. Feel your body. Okay? Try it, huh? Try it. Now, it's best that you hold your hands together like this, or you hold it like this, okay? And I like to do it like this. I just go like this. Walking on thin ice. Balancing on the tightrope. Walking on thin ice. Feel it. Sensation without thinking. Okay? Let's try it. What the hell? Okay? You can do 5 minutes on your own, huh? On your own. 5 minutes. Okay, everybody do it on their own. Walking on thin ice, balancing on tightrope. Walking on thin ice, one small step at a time. No thinking, just feel it one step at a time. Completely concentrate on the bottom of your feet. Always alternate between the two, right? Walking on thin ice, balancing on tightrope, walking on thin ice, no thinking. And then when you reach the end, okay, do only about 10 steps. And then just turn around, relax, completely relax. Relax some more. And then now focus. Again, balance. Walking on thin ice. Come back, balance on a tightrope. Walking on thin ice. Just feel the bottom of your feet. Okay? If you could feel the bone, you're walking, you're doing it wrong. Just feel like as if you're feeling the skin. Okay? Feeling the skin. Just feel the skin. Relax. Your eyes should be forward, okay? Looking forward. Remember how you learned riding a bicycle? At first you're looking at your wheel and you keep falling because you're looking at the wrong place. Don't look at your feet, look forward. Have your feet within your spirit, your field of vision. Okay, relax. Completely relax. One more time. Balance. Some people like to start with the left. I like to start with my right. Okay. Balance. Walking on thin ice. Balance. Walking on thin ice. Eyes forward. No thinking, okay? Don't try to think. Just feel. Relax. And don't try to do too fast. Do it very slow. And then when you get to the end, turn around, completely relax, commit to another walk. And once you start, you don't stop, you don't think. You go all the way to the end. Thin ice, tightrope, thin ice, tightrope, no thinking, thin ice, tightrope. Okay, relax. Now, if you ever pay attention to the monks from Thailand and Myanmar, you know that every morning they have to go and beg for food, right? This is part of their spiritual training, and they always walk with the barefoot. That's when they do walking meditation. And you walk like the wind. What does wind mean? Remember when I talked about the four elements, the earth, the water, the fire, and the wind. The earth element is solidity. That's when you can see it, you can smell it, you can taste it, you can touch it. The complete opposite of that is you can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't smell it, but you can touch it. That's the wind. So wind is really your nerve, your nerve. Okay, it's about how you sense it without thinking. How you sense it without thinking. So I talk about the samurais. The samurais. Do you know why they're samurais in Japan? For the longest time, the samurais are the ruling class, but that's not actually the way they used to be. I'm sure you've seen the movie Last Samurai. I'm sure you did, right? Where what's the guy's name? And the idea is that this is after President Roosevelt, the other Roosevelt, the older one, sent Admiral Perry to Japan to open up the port. And so the Japanese says, "Oh, what's going on?" Right? They have gunpowders, they have steamboats and everything. He says, "Well, we got to modernize." Tom Cruise, thank you very much, Tom Cruise, and we have to modernize. And so what they did was they decided that the samurais cannot be the ruling class anymore. They got to go back to the emperor. And so that's the time when they decided that the Shintoism, which is the worship of the god, versus the Buddhism cannot coexist. And so they start to de-emphasize the Buddhism. That's when the Japanese Buddhists were forced to eat meat and marry, because they didn't want Buddhism anymore. They want to elevate Shintoism because they want to bring back the emperor as the ruler. Therefore, they can have the polymer and modernized society. So then you have to go back and you say, well, when did the samurai become the ruling class? They became the ruling class after the meditation, the Zen meditation came to Japan, because they learned how to feel their body without thinking. And so the samurais, when you see this movie and they were fighting, they stand in the rain for hours, right? Because they were feeling each other. And then when they're ready, the blades are so fast that it wouldn't even touch the blood. They can chop the guy in half and not touch it. But that's the meaning of feeling without thinking. So we're gonna just rest. Now that we got the wind element, I talk so much, I always have wind element. Gonna make use of that and do about 3 minutes worth of sitting. So 3 steps. Focus on the posture, come back, sitting like the bell. The feet are the pedestal. Your spine is the little clapper in the bell, which has to be hang from the ceiling. So you want to hang it from the ceiling by stretching your spine, as if somebody is grabbing the top of the head and hang it from the top of the bell. Open your shoulder. Relax your shoulder. Lean back your forehead, putting the ear on top of your shoulder. The back touching the collar. Tuck in your chin so that the 100 meat is facing the heaven. Entire body lean forward. And as you lean back, hold the hip in place, putting pressure on the adrenal, keeping the stress hormone from excreting from the adrenal gland. Forcing yourself into the parasympathetic state. Relax your eyelids, so at least relax one eyelid, so you can see through your eyelashes, see through, you can see your knee, your hand. Relax your hand. Now take your tongue and the tip of the tongue touching the roof of your mouth, between your roof of your mouth and your teeth. Reactivating your salivary gland, again forcing your body into the parasympathetic nerve. Now I want you to focus, that's the first step, just sitting harmoniously between heaven and earth. Now I want you to focus on your breath. Know that you're breathing, and if you can't feel your breath, just take three deep breaths, remember? Blow air, always blow air first, otherwise you hyperventilate. Blow air through your mouth, feel how your stomach collapses, and relax. Feel how the air comes in through your nostril. Continue. Open your stomach as you breathe in. Collapse your stomach as you breathe out. Use the diaphragm. The diaphragm is connected The diaphragm itself is a connective tissue. It's connected to all the connective tissue. Every one of your organ is now exercising. You're now putting yourself in the parasympathetic rest and digest, massaging all your internal organs. At the same time, you're actually generating electricities, especially in your small intestines, which are 5 times the height, your height. So if you're 5 feet, that's 25 feet worth of intestine. You generate electricity because they're piezoelectric. Now I want you to guide those electricities, those static electrons, through your spine up to the top of your head. All you have to do is think it. You're actually using the gap between your left side of the brain and the right side of the brain. It's a resonance chamber, what we call the longitudinal fissure. So all you have to do is focus on your breath, focus on your stomach. As you breathe in, you feel the fresh air coming in through your nostril, all the positive energy. I want you to focus on your reproductive organ. Your reproductive organ is actually governed by your kidney. Your reproductive organ has a left and a right. I want you to start in the middle, come to the back at the very bottom of your spine, move up the spine to where the kidneys are, again left and right. The kidney is the mother of all essence. It controls your reproductive organ. It produces marrow, so marrow is being produced in your spine. Walk up the spine, come up to your lung. The lung is metal reinforced water. Water is kidneys, so the lung is important, which also has a left and right. Come up to the back of your head. Come to the back of your head between the ear, left and right. Now you're in the brain, left and right. The brain is the extension of the spiral cord, extension of the marrow, which came from the kidney. Come around to the front of your skull, forehead. Come down to the bridge of your nose, again in between your eye, left and right. Come down to the tip of your nose, come down to the upper lip. This is where your tongue is touching. Now follow the tongue, which provides electrical circuit all the way down to your throat, all the way down to the front of your body, all the way down to your belly button, to your lower dantian. Now you're back to your reproductive organ again, and you start the journey one more time. Okay, now come back, calibrate your sitting posture. Sitting posture is very important. You must exist harmoniously with the earth and the heaven. Watch your breath. As you breathe in, take all that positive energy. Go through the path, starting from the bottom of your upper torso, up the spine, all the way up, as if you're bringing positive energy to your brain. As you do that, take your body with you, straighten up your spine, open your shoulder, lean back your forehead, tuck in your chin. When you reach the top of the head, wait for the out breath. As you breathe out, you feel the air coming out through your nostril. You feel the negative energy. You want all your negative energy to escape from your brain. Let it come down on its own. As it comes down, you lean back as if you're getting out of the way. Let it come all the way to the feet. You feel the heaviness of your feet absorbing all the negative energy. And now you wait for the in-breath and you start again, okay? So commit to that. Commit to 3 cycles. And if you have to leave, this is about 1.5 hours. You can come back later, do this, okay? And commit to 3 cycles. We're going to do this for 3 minutes. Relax, but focus. 1. one cycle at a time. Commit to 3 cycles. Be sure to bring your body with you. Be sure to lean back as come down. And just let the energy present itself. So 2 things to remember. Holding the posture is one pillar supporting the sky. Letting the energy flow and just follow the energy is called the wandering dragon chasing the pearl. Okay? Okay, open your eyes. Like I said, this is where I normally would like to stop it. It's 10 minutes past hour and a half. So we will continue. We will continue. So quickly, just record your body. We're gonna need to do more. Okay. So I'm gonna. For those who want to stay, we're gonna be doing Jing. So the history of the Jing is that Bodhidharma, who was a North Indian yogi, like the historical Buddha, both were North Indian yogi. He came to China around 1600 years ago, and he was the one that taught meditation, which later becomes Zen meditation, but that's a long path. And he decided that the Chinese people were not ready for his teaching. And so he hid himself in a cave. He went into seclusion for 9 years, and then when he emerged from the case, the story was that he left behind 2 sets of exercise, but they were not exercise because Bodhidharma is not about the physical body, it's about the mind. Okay? So this is actually mental and physical. This is truly mentality and materiality. But in any case, we learned 1 set from our master, and that's the Jing. There's another set that I like. There's so many different versions of it. The other one I like, which is well documented in Taiwan, very popular in Taiwan. For those of you who practice what's called swinging arm, or I talk about that in a circle as well, that actually comes from the other one. The other one is called the cleansing of the marrow. This one is called Jing, which means exchanging, renewing tendon. But actually, I don't believe that's a correct translation because it's not tendon, it's connective tissue. Okay? So this one comes with 14 steps, and the first thing you have to do is you have to come back to the standing position. Stand like the pine tree, feet pressing down, gushing spring, well of the shoulder, And then now what you want to do is you want to take your toe and you want to rotate them inward. So this is what we call the goat stand. And the reason for that is that it forces you to loosen up your knee so your muscle take over. Remember, we walk like the wind, we sit like the bell, but we stand like the pine tree. Standing has the fire element. The fire element is coming up because you're using both the calf and the thigh muscle. Whereas when we sit, we don't use muscle, right? Remember? Now you open your shoulder. We do this one at a time, 14 steps. The first one is the most important, is called the spirit boosting palm. As soon as you hear the word the palm, you focus on the center of your palm. You put that around your hip. Don't do it like this. We're not looking for momentum. What we're looking for is mind, body together. So this is yoga. It's as traditional yoga practice as you can get it, because Bodhidharma was a yogi. This is about yoga. Yoga means union of mind and body. The word yuj is yoke, is the harness between the body and the mind. So the harness is the chi. So what we say is that where the hand goes, the eye goes. Where the eye goes, the chi goes. Where the chi goes, the mind goes. Everything together. So as soon as I say go, you focus on the palm. Okay? Body, mind together. Get ready. Spirit boosting palm. Go. And relax. Feel the vibration, the shock coming up to your spine, all the way up to the top of your head. And now, as if somebody took a rock, throw it into that big pond, creating lots of wave. I want you to focus on the top of the pond, not on the rock. The rock is gone. Focus on the top of the pond. Focus on your breath. And just let your body, your mind settle. Second time. Spirit boosting palm. Get ready. Go. And relax once again, back to that big body of water, looking at the top of the pond, seeing how the waves sloshing back and forth. Just wait for it. Settle down. Settle down. One last time. Spirit boosting palm. Open your shoulder. Get ready. Go. Mind, body together. Again, settle down. Coming back to the yin. Coming back to the yin. The next one is called pointing the Jiwan. Jiwan is the name of the energy point that is part of the gallbladder energy point. Where do you know that? The head, the well of the shoulder is the gallbladder. Right? Remember that? It goes all the way down. So this is the one point. Now we take a thumb and we point a thumb to the energy point. We don't have to touch it, just point it. Hold it in here. Now roll up your fingers. Lift up your thumb as if somebody put 2 buckets of water and you're lifting up the bucket of water. Get ready? Lift them up. Hold it. And relax your fingers without lowering your hand, maintaining the energy field. Again, let your mind settle. Second time, roll up your fingers. Lift up your thumb as if you're lifting up 2 buckets of water. Lift it up. Relax. Now, imagine your master come by and says, we don't have enough water. Let me put you some more water. Now the bucket is really heavy, okay? Now get ready. Lift up those buckets. Oh, and relax. The next one is called beginner's mind. Mind means center. It's the center of your palm. Beginner's mind means the baby's mind. It's like the baby holding the thumb. Okay? So now what we're going to do is want to squeeze the thumb, bend it inward, creating the energy field, the initial energy field. This is what the baby does inside the mother of the womb. This is the initial energy field, going back to ground zero, okay? Now relax. Second time, Put the thumbs in the center of your palm and bend the thumb inward like the baby. And relax. Completely relax. One last time. And relax. Watching the top of the palm, let it settle. Next one is called pointing the nose. This is the deep breath that we've been doing. So put your fists together, put it right below your belly button, stand properly, focus on your nostril, breathe from the lower dantian to the middle dantian to the upper dantian. Okay, get ready. Take a deep breath, slow but steady. Breathe in. Relax. The next one, we're going to stretch the back, stretching all the energy points in the back, which belongs to the bladder energy line. Remember that? Okay, so now imagine someone just gave you a gift of a sweater, but it was knit wrong size, so it's 2 sizes too small. You're wearing this very tight sweater, and you want to just stretch the sweater. Okay, so this is how we do it. Bring the elbow together, mindful of your back, feel the stress in your back. Stretch! And relax. Completely relax. You know, when you watch Olympics, the swimmers have these marks in the back. They're doing what's called cupping. Same idea, okay? Bring your elbows together again, mindful of your back. Feel the tightness of the sweater. Stretch. And relax. Completely relax. One last time. Bring your elbows together. Stretch. And relax. Top of the head. Head and fist is the same word, okay? So put the fist on top of your head. Open your fingers. Let all the blood flow away from your fingers into your heart. Now roll your fist, 1 joint, 2 joint, lock it with your thumb. Open your shoulder, squeeze. And then relax. The blood comes back to the finger. Second time, roll your fist, squeeze. And relax. Very good cardio exercise. Number 3, squeeze. And relax. Open your shoulder. Mindful of your gushing spring. Mindful of the well on the shoulder. Mindful of the Virgin Valley. Remember this one? Put all 3 in one straight line as if you're holding a dagger. Stab! Relax. Second time. Stab! Relax. Open your shoulder 1 more time. Stab! Open your fingers. Throw away the daggers. Next one's called a cross. Now we don't punch. We're not punching. We're stretching. We're actually working on this energy line again. Back to the triple warmer. Okay? Open like a cross. Relax your wrist. Roll your fist. Take a deep breath and push. In Chinese, we call this bang. Avalanche. That's the word. As if you're pushing these 2 mountains until you cause an avalanche. Okay? Don't punch, huh? If you punch, you're not exercising the right thing. Get ready. Relax your wrist. Roll up your fist and push, causing avalanche. And relax. One last time. Wrist, fist, push, and relax. Front hanging, same idea. In the front, lock your elbow now, okay? Wrist, fist, take a deep breath, and push. Relax, stretching the top of the arm, okay? Second time. Push. One last time. So you see we're combining all 3 kinds of exercise. Cardio, stretching, and muscle building, okay? Top of the head again. This time we're doing chin up, okay? Grab the pole, pull yourself up, hold it, and relax. We're building muscle now. Grab the pole, pull it, relax. One last time, pull your chin up and relax. Continue. I call this ripping the phone book, okay? If you don't know what a phone book is, you're in the wrong class, or at least in the wrong crowd. Grab the phone book, or actually grab the bow, like the bow and arrow, and rip the phone book. Relax. Second time, rip the sucker and relax. One last time, rip the phone book and relax. Put your fists together. There's a fire in front, they we call Dan. Want to push that Dan into the Dan 10 at the same time. We're going to create a harmony with the water element by collecting all our saliva, which are very good for you. This is by now, this is called the letter, the J letter. Good for your digestive system, good for your immune system. Take all that, collect all that, swallow the fire and the water at the same time. Swallow. And then now go straight down. Okay, check your goat stand. Head's parallel to the floor, back of the hand touching. Roll your fists one time, relax. Second time, relax. One last time, this is the last time you energize your body. And relax from now on, it's all about relaxing. Flip your hand, palm of the hand facing the ceiling. Check your goat stand. Take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Empty hand. Breathe in. Turning your hands towards the front, lowering your knee. You imagine the big rock, push the rock. And then relax, stand up. Imagine the universe in front of you, the rocks and the mountains and the spring. Swallow the universe. And then breathe out. Completely relax. I'm going to sit for 3 minutes. Now, keep your eyes away from the light. Just enough to see where you're going. Complete attention at the bottom of your feet like you're walking meditation. Transfer the attention from your feet to your hand as you sit down. Mindful of your butt as you touch your pillow. Check your posture. Straighten your spine. Don't put any pressure on your upper torso. And just feel your body. 3 minutes, okay? Just relax. Just enjoy the chi in you. It's very complicated. Hard to imagine, hard to decipher. It's like finding this huge big needle. It's in there, in the haystack. Just find it. Focus on your chi, focus on your breath. Know how your body is breathing on its own now. Just observe your breathing. Imagine yourself sitting by the ocean. I always talk about ocean because I live on an island. I grew up in an island. Always about the ocean. As I look out to the ocean, I see the wave coming in, as if I'm breathing in. I see the wave going out, as I'm breathing out. As a child, I observe the ocean, and I notice that when the wave comes up, they come all the way up. And then when they reach the top, everything stands still. And then eventually you go back to the ocean. As you go out to the ocean, it gets to the end, and again the whole world stands still before the wave comes back again. As you observe your own breathing, try to observe the space between your in-breath and your out-breath. And especially between your out-breath and your in-breath. So observe the out-breath as if it's somebody else breathing. Just observe the breath. And don't go to the in-breath right away. The body doesn't need you. The body knows how to breathe on its own. Just let it breathe on its own. Put your entire focus on that space and just let the body breathe on its own. Focus on the space. Let go of your breath. This is just like walking meditation. When you put your feet down, walking on thin ice is the same way. You just wait for the sensation. Feel how your feet is touching the floor. It's the same way. You feel your breath. Let the breath comes in on its own. Okay, it's nice and short, only 3 minutes, but it's a good start, huh? Quality, not quantity. Okay, I don't care if you sit for 30 minutes or 3 hours. Right, quality is more important. All right, so we're going to do the last part before we finish. So take your palm, focus on the palace of labor, and because what we're going to do now is not just massage, but really taking care of a body, giving a body positive energy, okay? So now I want you to take that hand and just put it in front of you. Feel the warmth of your hand. Okay, relax. Now take your fingers and go up from your forehead, all the way out, all the way back. Feel the center of your palm. Bring it all the way back to your neck. And one more time. Start with your forehead, with the fingers. Go up to the top of your head. Feel the center of your palm. Go all the way around. As you do that, tell yourself to relax. Relax. And all the way around. Now, we're going to focus on the ear. Take the upper part. Right? Put the thumb in the back and the finger in the front, and just very slowly massaging. And then now go to the middle. Again, put the fingers one side, the thumb on the other side, massage. And now come down to the ear loop, same thing. Now we're going to stretch the ear, and so we're going to take a hand, pretend that they're like two blades. Put it behind, and as you swipe forward, stretch the ear. Relax. Relax. Relax, okay? Now, we're going to work on the front of the face. Take 2 fingers, put it right next to the nostril, and relax. 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 Okay, we're going to die anyway. I'm sure I'm going to die someday, but I just don't want to die from stress. Okay, that's all. I don't like stress, so I'm going to take it away from my head now. 2 fingers, start at the corner of the eye, go down. As you come down, do it firmly but lightly. Go all the way to the corner of your mouth and just tell yourself to relax. Relax. Touching all the energy points along the way. And relax. Now take your thumb, right thumb under the left eye, under the eye bag, okay? On the edge of your eye socket, from the corner to the tail. Relax. Relax. Now, on the other side, same thing. Relax. 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 Okay, now take your index finger, put it at the beginning of your eyebrow, and you can feel a little pit and a little hole almost, and just massage that, okay? Massage that, and relax. Let all the stress get out, get out, get out. Relax, relax, relax. Okay, now take your fingers, put it in the eyebrow, Pretend that your eyebrow are like toothpaste. Squeeze. Imagine all the stress coming out from, right, as you squeeze the toothpaste. Squeeze all the stress out. Squeeze all the stress out. Now go to the center part here. This is called the center of being. This is where the yang energy line, the yin energy line means. This is where your tongue touches when you push it up to the roof of the mouth. And use 2 fingers, 1/3 of the way down. Relax. 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 Okay, now next one is the fingers. We're not pulling fingers. We're actually relaxing the internal organs, okay? So each one is connected to the internal organs. So very gently asking yourself to relax as you do this. Okay? Relax. You have to fool your body into the rest and digest mode. It doesn't, you can't think it. The brain, it doesn't respond to the brain. Now, massage the fingernail again. Okay, the fingernail. Huh? Each and fingernail. The fingernail. Oh, okay, one last thing. We gotta get all the bad chi out of the way, okay? We don't want to take that with us, okay? Again, sit on the edge like I do, with the feet firmly pressing down. Open the shoulders, straighten up the spine, open up the lung and the heart. The lower 1/3 is, we don't normally get to that part except when we do diaphragm using the deep breathing. So now that we're loosening up with the bad chi, gotta get that out of the way. Get ready? Make sound, okay? Wake up the neighbor. Okay, we gotta go. So please join a circle, Denny, K, Miu, DennyKMiu.com/circle. And if you have any question that I missed, Josh is not here today. He had a power blackout, and so I can't go back. So ask the question there, or ask me directly, and then I can post it for you. Okay, if you don't want to do that directly. All right. With that, I will see you. Tonight at 6 o'clock if you have time. 6 o'clock is when most of the Asian students will show up. People from Malaysia, Hong Kong, and so forth. During the arm flow and the finger spring, experience sensations on the outside of the thigh and the hip of the knee. Yeah. You have that. It's even when we do when we energize the energy points on the leg, especially. I feel tingling on my toes because you're doing something you haven't done before. You're actually improving your circulations. Okay, so just accept them. And don't worry about it. Just keep moving, right? Like my master would tell me, Denny, you're still very far away from nirvana, so don't worry about it. Okay, so love you all. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you tonight or I'll see you next week. Keep up the practice. Bye-bye.